Again, staying with college football, but switching to the coaching carousel, BMAC, according to reports, Chip Kelly is going to decide between Florida and UCLA as to where he wants to continue his coaching career in the coming days. He's met with representatives of both schools. I want to know which school you think would be a better choice for Kelly, staying in the Pac-12 but going down south to UCLA, or jumping to the SEC with the Florida Gators.
You said it already. Staying in the Pac-12. When he was in the Pac-12, he had a lot of success.
Oh, yeah.
He put Oregon on a national, in a national spotlight. His ability to recruit that area, the West, you don't question that. So why would you go to unfamiliar territory? The SEC, the state of Florida. We know and we respect Chip Kelly as a college coach.
Right.
But you have dominated a conference already. You have dominated a territory already as far as recruiting. And that same area wants you right back into the thick of things. And if he signs with UCLA, I also believe that's a better destination because the pressure is not there. When you look at UF, they won 2 SEC East titles and were unhappy with McElwain. And we know about the alleged death threats. But before the death threats, they were already talking about finding a way to get him out of that position. And they won 2 conference championships, divisional championships. So we know the expectations are extremely high when you factor in Florida compared to UCLA.
If he chooses UCLA, is there a name or two that you think Florida should turn to as a contingency?
2 names. Scott Frost. It's going to be extremely difficult because I believe Scott Frost will land there in Nebraska. But when you look at what he's been able to do, especially in state, he's becoming a credible, respected name as far as recruiting the state of Florida. Not to mention, he's young. He can relate to the players.
Absolutely.
You've seen the job he's currently doing there in Orlando. No one saw that. So I believe Scott Frost would be an ideal name for the Gators, but it's going to be extremely difficult. And then Dan Mullen. How many times have we heard Dan Mullen in Florida connected?
It's almost about, just every year, annually, around this time.
Yeah.
If there's an opportunity at Florida, Dan Mullen's the first name you connect with his past at that school.
No question. So I believe Dan Mullen is a guy that has already had success there in Gainesville. And you look at what he's been doing at Mississippi State, I think he's reached his peak.
Yeah.
He's already hit the level of expectation. He's past that.
Sure.
Now it's time to go on and try to do something else.
All right. Dan Mullen, Scott Frost, think of those names, Florida Gator fans, if Chip Kelly chooses UCLA like BMAC suggests that he should do.